Hello, friends, Facebook, friends, followers. I'm here live. This training is because of a question that I was asked recently in Spanish, and you asked me to do it in English. So it just turns out that this is a topic that a lot of people face. It's just the fact that you're all excited when you first got started, and then something happened, whether it was personal or whether priorities change, and then you see yourself trying to figure out how to start over again, how to get it going. It gets difficult because it's different. I think that this is one of the most difficult things to do, rather than getting started. When you start a business, you're excited, you set goals, and you're learning, so it becomes more interesting. But then when you already have a business, and then circumstances make you stop, then the excitement is not as big as it was at the beginning. You are already trained, so you already know how to do the business. You just don't know how to get it going. So this is the topic. It's the topic of my training today. I hope that this subject relates to many of you who in the past were excited about their business, and it just became numb again, and then now you just don't know how to get your momentum going, your mojo, what you used to be. So I'm going to tell you from my own personal experience, and I want to go over your questions, what it is that you want to know. I'm here live. I already did this training in Spanish. I did it on my YouTube channel in Spanish, and so I have it already posted there if you want to share it with your team. So say hello. Have my glasses on so I can see better. And everyone's here. Brianna, Gorgeous Man, Karina, Sue, Giselle. Hello. Say hello. It's free. And some thumbs up to let me know that you're here. Terry, Daniela, when are you going to join us? Stephanie, Charlotte, Jean, Angela, Catherine. Hello, everybody's here. So I wanted to see if you had any questions. Angela says, "Hola, Milagros. I'm out, but I will listen while I drive." Nice. You're working on your millions. Good job. Hello. Hi, Anita from Guam. Okay, so let's get started. I will look at your questions as you go, as you post them. Planning my trip to Florida. I want to meet you. Oh, that's nice, Giselle. Of course, you're welcome. My glasses are a little bit, I think it's too cold here. Could it be too cold in Florida? No. It's here at my house, but not outside. It's very hot outside. I want to tell you, I like to always tell you, help you visualize things with, stories. And today I like to listen to personal development a lot. I listen to at least 30 minutes a day. Sometimes more than that, and I get on my personal development through YouTube. So I was listening to Zig Ziglar this morning, and he was talking about a water pump, a manual water pump. It's usually used in the country. So you basically pump the water from the well. There's a well, but it's manual, it's not electric. And he was mentioning this guy that was really thirsty and he wanted to drink water. So he started pumping the water, and no water would come out, pumping and pumping so water can come out. And and nothing was coming out. He was getting frustrated, he was all sweaty. And he said, this is too much, I have to stop. And then his friend was telling him, don't stop, because if you stop, you have to start all over again. So you got to keep pumping. You have to keep pumping until you get to the point that the water has enough pressure where you don't have to work so hard. It's just flowing, and you just need just a little bit of pumping so that flow can continue. But until you don't get there, you just have to keep pumping the water. And then when you stop, all that time that you spend sweating, pumping the water, you lose that time. You have to start all over again. So for me, that was like, wow. A lot of us, when we start, we are super excited. We get into the business, we want to learn how to do different things, and then something happens and you can't continue for whatever reason, and then you stop. Then you want to take over again, and you want to start all over again, but then you don't know how. Guess what? All that work that you did at the beginning, you have to start all over again. You're gonna lose number one, momentum, which is the biggest thing that we have in our business, and number two, everything that you have built is practically gonna go away. And I'm gonna give you another example. When when I first got started, I put in a lot of time, 10-12 hours a day. I was frustrated, desperate, because my household needed the income. I didn't know what to do many times. I wanted to quit many times, but I had a need bigger than what than what I felt. So I just worked and worked and worked. No experience in network marketing. It took me 2.5 years to get to the highest level, leadership at the time. Now we have 2 more levels. So I was looking. Once I got to my leadership title in 2.5 years, I was looking at all my friends that started just like me, and some of them were with the company for many years, and they were still at the same level. They were not growing. They stayed the same way. So I said, it could really take somebody a lot of time to get there, but if you work your business with an urgency, you're gonna do it faster than everybody else. Then I saw something else. The economy hit badly. A lot of our business went down. A lot of representatives left the country, left their jobs. So I took a big hit in my business, and to a point that I almost lost what I have built. If I wouldn't have continued to work and work hard, I would have lost everything that I have built. And then again, I saw many representatives who, instead of focusing on continuing to grow, they decided to let everything go, and they lost the business. So some decided that they were not going to work harder to keep what they have. Even if they just kept it, they just decided to let it go. Some of them recovered. Some of them said, okay, I'm gonna start all over again. and but some of them never recover to a point that I have seen some of my friends who were at the highest level of leadership at the time, and right now they are at the bottom of leadership. So I asked myself, why is this? And when you stop working on your business and your business is not as solid as it has to be, and in order for you to have a solid business, you need many years. You need many years, put in a lot of time, so that you can just be able to say, okay, I'm at this point where I have worked so hard for so many years, and my team is very independent. I have people who are working at the same rate that I am. So that's when the retirement part comes. Not completely let go of your business, but you're not working as intensively as you were before. So I want you guys to picture this, that number one, it is not easy to build a business. Number two, it takes time to build a business. Number three, if you're losing business, you know that you cannot decide to step back. Your decision to stay with the business is to work harder, to continue to build it. If you're losing, you're gaining, and then you're growing. But you can't stop, because the minute that you stop, you lose everything that you have built. So the economy hit, and the appointments were not coming in. The orders were not coming in. We used to go out in the field and we used to sell $1,000 in a few hours, and now it's more difficult. It takes longer to close a sale. So for the people who saw that kind of growth, when back then, when things were, the economy was doing great, it was difficult to be able to see that the numbers were not coming in, the appointments were not coming in. When we used to recruit 100 people a campaign, now it was, we get a lower number, and then we're used to our minus program to continue to recruit 100 people a campaign. So I want you guys to realize that every business has its challenges. Every business has different things that you have to face. And if you have to stop your business, if you had to stop your business because of circumstances, because of personal situation, for whatever it was, I'm going to let you know what worked for me. And I was in a similar situation before. I relocated from Miami to Naples. I left a lot of customers in Miami. I started brand new in Naples, from scratch. I left everything in Miami. I started with a small team that I have built before I decided to retire from my job. But when I got here, it was I had to look at the market differently, because where I came from, that the population was very dense. There were a lot of people, so it was easier for me to recruit. It was easier for me to sell, because that the amount of people that are in Miami is like 5 times the amount of people or more. I don't know the exact number, but it's a lot more than what we have here in Naples. So I came over here. I was afraid of this market because it was mainly an older community. Naples, there's a lot of retirees. We are a seasonal place. That means that during the season we get a lot of business, and then when the season is over, it's we don't have that much business. Where in Miami, you have people all the time. So for me, it was easier to work that market than it was for me here. So I moved. It took me more than a year to be able to say, how am I going to get this going? I didn't know the area. I felt that like I couldn't connect with this type of market. I saw myself starting over again, and that was difficult. Until one day, my husband told me, you should do this event. You should do this big event. So we did the carnival. It's a big fair that they have here every year, and that's how I got my momentum back. That's how I was able to build my momentum, my push, what I needed to do. So, according to my experience, according to what I had to face, I suggest for those of you who have lost your momentum, who have seen yourself starting over again, to start with an event, something that will make you consistently go there, to develop that area, to be able to get some kind of business steadily at the beginning until you're able to see it, that to see that what you're getting, you can improve, you can grow by by committing yourself with with more days into the business. Maybe you start with one event a week, then you graduate to more events or to more time out in the field. But that momentum that you build out in the field is for me, it was like the most important factor. The fact that I had that event for 10 days, sometimes for 12 hours, and then the follow-up that I had to do was what determined my starting over and starting over again. I never had to stop. Once I started, I have not stopped. I have not had a moment where I said, okay, I'm not working at all. As a matter of fact, sometimes it gets tough, and when it gets tough, you just have to, for me, I have to push harder, have to work harder. If I had to replace some people, then I had to do more recruiting. If I had to increase my sales, then I do more selling events. But the fact is that if you look at your business and you see that you're going down, and you want to continue to grow, what is it that you can do to be able to work on that area, whether it is sales or whether it is with building a team? So let me take some questions. Let me see. It's usually better the next time around, Debra says. Yes, it's just tough. It's just very tough starting over again. Hello. Let me see. Do you guys have any questions? That's why I'm here live. So ask away. I want to make sure that everybody's here and connected. I have met a lot of Avon representatives which are upset. Watching your videos, what I can say. Yeah, just, if you start looking at what people are thinking, then, you're just going to go down into the same, situation. So I don't even, and that's since you brought that up, I get when something is like going, hi Tracy, thank you for being here, and everybody, thank you so much for being here. But when, I don't know if it is because that the following that I get is according to my personality. I don't like to see negative things. When I see somebody that's posting something negative, I just unfollow that person. Maybe I don't take them off my Facebook, but I do unfollow them. So truthfully, sometimes like the whole world can go in turmoil, and I just don't see it until somebody tells me, hey, did you see this, did you see what's going on, and everybody's, you know, talking about this and that. I'm like, no, I don't see that. What, where, you know, what happened? So you just got to make sure that if you are in this kind of business, to make sure that you follow people that are positive, people that have the right attitude. Because if you continue to waste your time with things that are not going to get you to where you want to get, then you know you're gonna get entertained, which is probably what people want. They want to entertain you so that they can grow their business. That's how I look at it. Nobody's gonna entertain me into a conversation that is not getting me anywhere. So I'm gonna work on my millions, and they're gonna entertain themselves. So make sure that you are following positivity, and just focus on what it is that you have to do. So I had a tough time starting over. Like I said, it took me a year, and I can tell you that the only thing that worked for me is to feel like I had a commitment with something. An event was for me a big commitment because I knew that I had to be there. So for those of you who are trying to gear it up with your business, it worked for me. Just give it a good try. You know, find a local event. It can be a farmer's market. It can be an event that you can do, a vendor's event. You don't have to invest money. If you don't have to, you can set up a table at a local business and be there, you know, once a week. But that'll get you going to be, for those of you who move to another market, to get to know that market and start fresh. Now, another thing that would help you is for you to set up your goals. Set up a goal. What it is that you need to bring in as far as earnings to your household. You know, if you know that you have to make a certain amount of money, how many customers do you need? So if you have to get to a $200 in earnings, you know that you need 20 customers. So how are you gonna get those 20 customers to get to that $200 in earnings? So that is a goal that you have to work with. That is a goal that daily, with daily activities, with daily things that you do, you're going to be able to get to it. How many people you're going to talk to, how many names and numbers you're going to get, how much money you have to sell daily to be able to make that amount of money. That comes with goals. Sometimes we picture something that we have to attain, and we see it so far that it gets overwhelming, when in reality all you have to do is set your daily goals, then your weekly goals, and then your bi-weekly goals, and then your long-term goals. Whether it is that you want to save for a down payment of a house, to pay off some debt, to buy some real estate property, to go on vacation. What is it that you want to get to? Those are your long-term goals, but then you have to break them down with your daily goals. And your daily goals have to do with a calendar that you set up so that you can put all those activities, and behind those activities, how many contacts, how many sales, how many customers you're going to have to be able to meet your goal. So, it's tough building a business, and a lot of people do not want to take the time to build it. I remember that I worked 10, 12 hours a day or more, every day. I had to make it work, So the more time you put into your business, the faster you're going to do it. I see representatives who are so inconsistent with what they do. One time they go out and they take this nice picture. I'm working on my millions, and then the minute the picture is over, they go home and it's over. They're kidding themselves. They are thinking that by posting a picture, that by letting everybody know that they're working, that they are doing something. But then when you look at their sales, when you look at their recruiting, it's not there. So that picture that they took, it only took a few seconds for them to turn around and go home and watch TV and do nothing, absolutely nothing to grow your team or your business. You got to make yourself accountable for what it is that you want to do, and the only person that you're kidding is yourself. So it doesn't matter. No one cares how many hours you're working. The ones that care is you, and the only one person that is putting in the time is you to get what you want. I was so desperate. I did not want to go back to work. My earnings are needed in my household. I help my husband with the house. I support him financially. So this is not a hobby for me. This is something that I have to do. A lot of people think that I live this rich and famous life, when in reality it's not. It takes a lot of work. And then part of the work that I do is to be able to influence you, to be able to tell you that you can do it too. That it's not about the picture that you're taking. It's not about what you're doing and then turn around and not do. It's about planning your goals and how fast you want to do it. If you want to take 20 years building a business, then you work slow. But if you want to take 2-3 years to build it, you know that you have to put in the time, you have to put in the work behind the goal that you want to achieve. So for those of you who who want to make it to a certain level, there's no magic. There's nothing different what I have done, what many leaders have done. We have just worked really hard, and we continue to work very hard. But the reason why we work so hard is because we have goals. The reason why we work so hard is because we want good things. We have a responsibility in our household. We have a responsibility to meet that goal, not only for us, also for our family. So I would like for you guys to look at your business, look at your schedule, and look at the time that you're putting in working for yourself. I guarantee you that the fastest way the fastest way for you to, okay, let me get this thought straight. If you had a job, you had to be there for eight hours at least. But if you have a business, you have to work the business. So some people rather be at their job for 8 hours and devote no time to their business. Now, how does that make sense? You have to make sure that you know that you are working for yourself, and whatever time is that you put in, that's the amount of results that you're gonna get out. Being consistent, being disciplined, and setting goals is what's gonna help you decide if you're gonna succeed or not. And the more hours you put in, the more work that you do, then you become better and better and better on what you do. So the return on what you what you are doing is gonna be more efficient, because now you have more knowledge. Now you know what to do. You're attracted to people that the people that you're going to talk to are going to be attracted to you faster, because they can see that you already know what you're doing, and you have the right choice of words. So I hope that I made myself clear. So I hope that this has helped you visualize so far. Once you once you decide to start over again, which is not a bad thing. Sometimes priorities tell us, hey, you know what, you have to make sure that that you know that that's what it has to be done. Sometimes we have to stop, but that push to get us to start all over again is what makes it hard, especially if you already have the experience of the business. So let me take some questions here. I see that you guys are putting in some comments. Okay, I did this training in Spanish. It's posted in the top. I did it in my YouTube channel live. And hello, Tracy and Laura. Same here. No negativity allowed. Yes, please. Patricia says, keep it positive and everything will go well. Yes, that's correct. Hi, Flora and Sue. Miriam, hello, Miriam. She started her new Avon business. Welcome. Leslie and Tracy, how do you do everything? The house, the kids, the grandkids, the extracurricular, marketing, sales. I'm struggling with time. That's a great question, Tracy. You'll be surprised how you can manage your time by prioritizing what it is that you have to get done throughout the day. I do have help. I have help with the house. I also have an assistant, but that help is minor compared to the things that I do every day, deliveries and working with my team, small parties that I do here. It can get overwhelming. And I want to refer to another training that I took today, another personal development training. I'm not sure who it was because I listen to so many sometimes. I recently was hearing about this example. Let's say that I tell you want a vacation to, let's say, Tahiti. That's the first name that comes in my mind. To Tahiti, all expenses paid, the most luxurious place. You're gonna be, you're gonna live like a millionaire for a week, and you're leaving tomorrow. Okay, so do you want to go? Yes, I'm gonna go. So now you hang up the phone and then you say, how am I gonna do this? I have all these things to do. But then when you say, okay, what is it that I had to do? Okay, I had to do this, I had to do that, this, and that, and then I can go to the trip. So you will be surprised how many things you can do at the last minute just because you're pressured with time. So the training was saying that if you, and it's so true, it makes me just tackle that non-productive times that I have throughout the day, looking at my Facebook or answering comments and things that are not as productive as I should be, or looking in the groups to see what people are talking, or to engage into a useless conversation with someone or a neighbor that comes and visit, or a TV show that you just say, okay, let me watch this TV show maybe for a few minutes. You have to prioritize, because if you look at your day, as your life, like every day you gotta go on a Tahiti trip the next day, then you're gonna get everything done that you want to do throughout the day. You just have to write down what it is that you have to prioritize during the day. If you have to take the kids to school, what do you do from this time to this time? When I get out of the house, I know exactly, and I'm so good at it already. I didn't used to be. I know exactly at the time that I'm gonna be back. I know exactly at the time that I'm gonna allocate to each customer. And when I'm visiting customers, I know how much time I'm gonna allocate to that representative that I'm working with. And then I'm back, I know my travel time, and I'm back home at exactly that time. So, you have to look at your day, organize the things, and just look at your day. Like tomorrow you have to go on a Tahiti trip, and you have to get all these things done during the day so that you can go on that trip. So I hope that makes sense. And thumbs up if that makes sense to you. That's what works for me. It's hard for me to be consistent. Yes, Tracy, and that's that happens when you for at least for me, I'm generalizing for me. Not having goals for me is like not knowing where I'm going. So, when I look at my day, when I wake up in the morning, I'm like a bullet out of the bed. I wake up, I start my day, I work out in the morning, then I start my day. Some days I don't have time to work out because I did not get up early enough. So, I start my day with the energy that I need, but I have a purpose. I have a big purpose. And if you want to write down what it is that you really want, and not only the money that you need to make, but also the luxury money. I'm gonna make this kind of money so that I can take the kids on a vacation. I'm gonna make this money so that I can pay off some debt and just free up some cash so that I can live more freely. But that purpose comes with writing it down and setting goals and what it is that you have to do during the day to be able to meet that goal. If you want to increase your customer base, how many people, how many customers do you need every day and every week to be able to achieve that goal that you want in earnings, so that you can grow, so that you can continue to get excited about your business and about what you're doing. So I hope that helps. Thumbs up. Let me see who else. Ronco. My primo, yes, I will send you contact a new account on Facebook. Okay, I will send you my number. Love you. See, my family's here too. Action plus perseverance equals success. Yes, you gotta act. And Sue says, Tracy, she has a video on her schedule. It helped me a lot too. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Sue. See, everybody here helps each other. That's nice. And Sue says, you're such an inspiration. I truly thank you for all my heart. May you continue to be blessed. Thank you. Many blessings to you too, because I know that all of you are here because you want to succeed. So we just help each other out. Thank you. And Leslie say, how do you work in the summer with the kids at home? Okay, that's a great question. Actually, someone in the Spanish video asked me that how does she work with in the cold, and how does she work with a 1-year-old? Okay, you know, working with your kids is priceless, because let me tell you, when I had all of my kids, I had 3 kids, all in, you know, as soon as I have them, I only had 6 weeks, then I had to take them to a daycare. That was heartbroken. You know, you know, I always loved the time with them. I breastfed all 3 of my kids. I nursed them for my daughter for a year, and my 2 boys for 9 and 10 months. So while I was going to work, I was nursing my kids so that I don't take that time away from them, the bonding time. But I had a full-time job. I was working. And when I was in the military, I had to walk to breastfeed my kids at lunchtime. My daughter, and then my son, and then my daughter. I had to walk from my work to the babysitter's house so that I can, you know, breastfeed them for, you know, less than an hour, because I had to go back to work. And then after work, so it was difficult for me to be able to do this. They were not with me, they were with a babysitter. Now, when you have your own business and you have kids, you just have to plan your schedule. You gotta get them out of the house. Make sure that you know their schedules. If they get sleepy, what time do they get sleepy? What time do you need to get out so that they are comfortable, and then they're back home and they can take their nap if they're small. Or if not, you know, if you're gonna have a long day, to make sure that you have their snacks, that you have you know, their games, so that they can play and make their day, you know, balanced, so that they are not stressed out and you are not stressed out and frustrated. I worked for a year with my son Austin. He was 4 years old, so I was privileged enough to be with him for a year, working with him hand in hand. And it was difficult because Austin wanted to stay home and watch TV, and you know, he just wanted to chill and do nothing. So it was hard for me to get him out of the house. So I gave him incentives. I always talked to him, and I always said, you know, mommy is working with you. Instead of you going to a babysitter, you're working with me. Let's go. We're gonna have appointments. You're gonna see other kids. You know, when we went to do appointments and follow-ups, there were other kids there. He played. You know, then we went, you know, I would tell him, okay, if you work with mommy for this long, then I'll take you to McDonald's so you can play there. I will buy you a burger. I will take you to the park. And then, you know, just try to mix in different activities that will make it comfortable for you and for him. Because if you get frustrated working with the kids, chances are you won't do it again. Okay, you just have to, you know, make sure that they're behaved, that you tell them, listen, mommy's working, give me a second. Communicate with them, give me a second, I will get back with you. But, you know, make sure that you teach them that. That way it is easier for you to set up your day. So you asked me how to work with the kids with the summer. Pick events that are indoor. When we go out prospecting, we go inside the stores, we go to the malls. When we go to the malls, we talk to people. We take the kids to a park or an indoor area, you know, where they can play with other kids. And then if you have to do an event that's an event outside, then, you know, you got to make sure that it's not that the kids are not in danger. If you have to leave them for a few hours with a friend or a family member because you're doing a certain event that's outdoor and it's not safe for the kids, then by all means you can do that. But pick places that you can take, that you can do your business when it's hot, when you're doing it with the kids, that's indoor. And you know what, if you have to go to the same place every day, so what? if you're going to the mall and you're going prospecting, just make sure you don't wear any Avon, because if they see that you're soliciting inside, they might tell you to leave. But if you carry your bombitas with your bag, and then you just approach people, hi, this is a free gift, I'm with Avon, a free sample for you. You're not carrying a book, so you're not compromising your them telling you that you are soliciting. You can establish a conversation with somebody, especially where there's moms at the playground. You can be there, your baby can be having fun while you're talking with other moms and while you're conducting your business. You can take your kids and put books at the stores. Just get off, put them in a stroller, carry your books, put them at the stores, and let them know that these are for their customers. All of that, you just gotta make it work. But if you say, oh, I have 5 kids, how do I get 5 kids out of the house? The same way you get 5 kids out of the house to do grocery shopping, but in this case, you're getting 5 kids to work your business, out of the house to work your business, okay? So I hope that helped you, Leslie. And Kathy says, put my Avon business on hold for 21 months to go to college. How I graduated, and it is time to rebuild my Avon business. Nice, Kathy. Did this help you? All these tips, did it help you get restarted? Share with us. How many orders do you average each campaign? It depends. For example, if you have, not all the customers order from you all the time. My goal is to service at least 20 customers, because I want to make my $200 every 2 weeks. So when I don't get my customer orders, I sell baskets, and that I count that as an order. So let's say I have 5 customers orders that campaign. I will start, if I sell to 5 customers, then you know what, I have to get my baskets, and I have to sell my baskets so that I can make money. And the way to do that is just reconnecting with your customers, prior customers that have purchased your baskets, and reconnect with them and sell it to them. You can also take them to those 5 customers that place orders with you, promote their baskets so that they can buy more products. But at least the goal for me, since I'm actively in leadership, is to sell to at least 20 customers. And by that way, by me doing that, that means that I'm setting the example so that my team can do the same, to sell to a minimum of 20 people every campaign. And if you can't meet the goal with the orders, to use your inventory, your products on hand, so that you can make money that way. So I hope that helps you, Kathy. Let me see. Angela says, I'm home now, been all over, listen to you too, but I forgot about some frozen. Okay, so go get it. It's hot in Florida. She still live now. Who still lives now? Okay, I don't know, Teresa. She's still live now. Yes, I'm live. I don't know if everybody hears me. Thumbs up. I can talk about Avon while you do errands. That's what I did today. I forgot my groceries, but gained 3 customers. Good, Angela. Thank you for sharing. Congratulations, Kathy. Yes, thank you, Kathleen. Yes, Teresa, if you see the live red button on the top, yes, I'm live. Patricia says, Milagros, do you keep records of who or where you hand out bombitas? I'm about to get started with bombitas. I'm afraid I will be handing them out to the same people. No, don't worry about doing that. Keeping track, that's too difficult. you know, even if you have to go to the same place all the time, it doesn't matter. But you're never going to see the same people over and over again. Just pick a place that you can be there every day. I mentor my representatives, and you know, when they call me, and I ask them, excuse me, I ask them, so tell me about your day. Oh, I was not able to come out today, to get out today. And then I tell them, okay, at least 1 hour. You know, if you were not able to get out today, just get out of the house for at least 1 hour to connect with someone, because believe me, that 1 hour makes a difference. You can't do a whole day of contacting and networking. It's just too exhausting. But what I have found, that if you put in at least 1 hour a day, that's going to make a difference in building your consistency. So please make sure that if your day got consumed with appointments, with things in the house, that you are at least disciplined enough to say, okay, I'm going to run to a store, I'm going to go talk to some people, I'm going to make my connections. Do the best you can with the time that you have, but you have to do it every day, okay? So, Milagros, do you keep, okay, that I answered that. Take brochures and flyers with you everywhere? Yes. Very good, Angela. Teresa says, I'm trying to get customers. It's been very hard. Nothing is easy when you start. And thank you for sharing that. Nothing is easy. Believe me, it's not easy for me also. But if you see that you're going out and you're not getting the business that you need, then consider going to another area. You have to consider your market. Some markets are like very good with sales. It depends on the age of the people that are in that market. Some markets are mainly men, because it's a lot of industry or factories or whatever, or garages or whatever. Other markets are mainly elderly, so it's not good for recruiting. Other markets are, you know, maybe younger families with kids. So you have to look at your market and the areas that you're going. All areas are different, and if you see that you're not getting the return that you need in that market, then consider going to another market, to another area. But if you continue to go to the same place and getting the same results, then you're gonna continue to, you know, to have the same results. So if you do what you've always done, you will get what you've always gotten. So if something's not working in one area, then consider going to another area. So I hope that helped. Okay, thumbs up. Let me see. It's like exercising. It takes time to make it a habit. Yes, it does. And you know, when it comes to running and exercising, that's a sacrifice. Do you rather just, you know, be home or be in bed than waking up early in the morning and running in the morning and sweating so you can lose weight? It's hard. And even if you're seeing results when you're trying to lose weight, you're still not gonna like it when you have to get up and exercise. I don't care what anybody says. I know that is everything that you do, everything that you take on is difficult. But we have to make sacrifices. We have to be willing to put in the time that you need to make it work, okay? It works with everything, with exercising, with building a business. And believe me, if you're building a business and you're pretending to do something that you're not doing, you're hurting yourself. So become accountable for your own success, for your own schedule, for the amount of hours that you want to put in. If you want to advance to a certain leadership level, determine how long do you have to make it work? How long would it take you to get there? And then if you want to make it in 2-3 years, you have to put in a lot of time. If you want to make it longer, then you're devoting less time to it. But your success has to do with the amount of time you put into your business. How fast or how slow you want to get there is all up to you. It's how much time you're putting into your business. Just like when you open a store, your customers come in. One day you're gonna have one customer, but then as the days pass, then you already have 10 and then 20, and then your store is full of customers. But all that takes time to build. You don't have overhead with this business. It's your time that you're putting in and your supplies that's gonna determine the success that you're gonna have as you go. Okay. Angela says, my kids were a bullet out of bed. I need 10 minutes to wake up. Well, I get out of the bed like with a purpose. It's like 7 o'clock comes and I can't sleep anymore. So I had to put my alarm clock for 6 so I can work out in the morning before my day starts. Recruit the kids to help. Yes, that too. Everybody has to help. Teaches them to watch, to build your business. My grandkids were helping me put mailing labels, stickers yesterday. Yes, put your family to work. Good tips, Angela. Says, wow, that must have been tough, right? And people pick up on your mood. They are attracted to positivity. Yes, if you're frustrated, then everybody will sense that you're frustrated and they don't want to be part of you. Tracy says, my kids sometimes do better than me. Oh yes, believe me, they it's I think we get distracted just about everything. So just think about that, the trip to Tahiti every day, that you got to take a trip the next day. So how many things you got to get done so you can go on that trip the next day. So I'm going to use that. I really loved that analogy when I heard it. Hello, Monica. How long did it take to start getting customers? Well, the customers, you can start getting customers the first day that you come out. The first day that you're out finding customers, you can get customers, but you have to get names and numbers and phone numbers. You can close a sale right there and there if you have the product. You can also get that person to place their order. You can show them on their phone how to go on your website, how to place the order, just by asking them, hey, do you have a smartphone? Do you have internet? Yes, let me show you how you can place an order with my website. And then go type your website, create an account for them, and then show them how to search for the products, and chances are you will get a sale right then and there without having the products, or get names and numbers so you can do the follow-up. There's many ways that you can sell in the spot. You can go to an event. You can set up, like for those of you who are new, you can set up a table. You can be at a farmer's market, a vendor's event. You're gonna make a sale right then and there. For those of you who started with just your startup kit, get your products, make a few baskets, but just with your books, your samples. You can set up a table anywhere and just collect orders. Work with what you have, but the point is to be actively, to know what your goals are so that you can be out in the field working your business, getting customers, closing sales, making money, and growing your wings. Okay, let me see. It takes 3 or 4 times for somebody to order. It depends, because some people say, oh, I'm looking for an Avon representative. I want this. When can you get it for me? And it's as simple as that. They want to know you are consistent. Exactly. Yes. Make sure that you tell them how long you have been in the business. That creates trust with the customer to say that you are a well-established representative. Um, I read tossing books. I read tossing books was good. Um, it depends, Teresa. If you have the investment to buy books and put them in people's driveways, then by all means. But if you don't have a lot of money to invest in brochures, I recommend that you give people their information in their hand. That works better, and get names and numbers, because that way you can follow up. The only way that I recommend book tossing is if you have a large quantity of books that you have leftovers, and instead of throwing it away in the garbage, that you either do door to door, you hang them on the doors, or you do book tossing on the driveways. But the return on book tossing is a hit or miss. Sometimes you can toss a lot of books in one area and not get one call. Sometimes you toss little books in one area and you get a lot of calls. So it's a hit or miss. The best way is to have fun meeting new people that are looking for you, by putting the book in somebody's hand and getting to connect with them. If you do that, you're gonna work less than buying so many books and tossing books. So, make sure that whatever it is that you do that works for you, you do it consistently. That if you decide to toss brochures, that you're tossing brochures consistently, not one day and then the next few months and you're gonna do another toss. That you are consistent with getting your information out there. Okay, so go outside of your comfort zone. Good, thank you. I see that everybody's okay. When you order from the Miami Sales Center, does that go towards award sales? Yes, it does, and it counts towards your sales, your President's Club, your commissions. It's like if you were ordering straight from the company. Tracy says tossing is great to Montgomery. Great. Sorry, spell check. Oh, thank you, Kime. I love you mucho, Milagros. I love you too. I love you guys. Going to do that with my books that come in. I got up at 2 a.m. to go to work. Kids know how to charm adults. You guys been busy with the chat. Now, Millie, welcome to our team. Very excited. Thank you for your support. Yeah, so I see that everybody put in all their questions. Thank you so much for being here with me. So I hope this helped. If you want to start over again, consider going to a place that you can be there the same time every week. Set goals and work on a firm schedule. Just take it one day at a time, because if you take it one day at a time, you're gonna see that it's gonna become less stressful, and that by you being happy, you're gonna attract the right people into your business. Everything is gonna be so much better because you are being consistent. So start with something. That worked for me. Events work for me. Just holding myself to be in one place, accountable to be in one place consistently the same day, whether it is one day or 2 or 3 days. But you're going to be able to conquer that fear of getting started again, what to do. And once you get your business going, then you're going to feel confident and you're going to feel excited because you're making money. But if you continue to say every day, okay, I'm gonna start today, I'm gonna start tomorrow, I'm gonna start the next day, and then it never happens, then that's when it becomes a vicious circle, and you just continue to stay in the same place where you used to be with no progress. So starting over is not a bad thing, it's a good thing, but you just have to make sure that you program your consistency and being in the place that you have to be at least once a week, okay? But consistently to be there. So thank you so much. And all of you, if I miss a question, I will answer it. Share this video with somebody that needs a little push, who's starting over again. And then, yes. And Kathy says, tossing doesn't build relationships. It's a start, but face-to-face is still the best. Yes, it is. And events, I like events because people actually come to you. And Kim said, I'm just restarting again. Attitude is everything. I'm meeting new people, getting out again, and falling in love with this business again. I keep in front of my mind. I'm sharing pretty and fun stuff. It's awesome work. Yes, it's better for working for somebody else. So even though the rewards of working for you is not instant, it takes time to build, it's way more rewarding after you have put in the time and you're working for yourself, and then you become successful. You're making a 6-figure income a year, and then you look forward to $200,000 a year and $300,000, and then it becomes addictive, and it's gonna allow you to retire with the earnings and the benefits of that financial income that you need just because you have your own business. So all of you out there, keep pushing and share with me how our videos are helping you. I'm gonna post it on my channel, my YouTube channel, Avon Wings. You can subscribe there, and you can share our video with your team. So continue to duplicate yourself, and I'll see you on the next training. Have an amazing rest of the week and weekend.